exclusive club on Discord. We created an exclusive mock draft club. How do you get in the mock draft club? You get on over to smitty1.com. You get in the Discord. Click on the blue Discord button. Get in my Discord first of all. Prove yourself in the community. Rise up the ranks in the community. Become a trusted member of the community. And the moderators and myself will make you a mock draft club member in time. Have patience. Don't get all upset because you can't mock draft on the third day we created the club. People getting all upset. How can I get in? How can I get in? I just told you. Smitty1.com. Get in the Discord. Become a real big part of the community. Positive force on the Discord. And that will get you into the club eventually. Here is the draft. Draft number 1. We'll probably do 2 of them real quick. I'll copy this draft link here. I will go into my Discord. I'm going to drop it to my exclusive member group right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And even now it's going to fill up pretty quickly, I imagine. Cole, Tex is in. Nuclear, as we call him. Gyro is in. Colby's in. Dylan's in. Hall of J Game is in. Got some moderators up in this mug. And you see it's filling a tiny bit slower than normal because we've narrowed down the amount of people that can get in to make sure it's an exclusive club. Martin's in. And it really makes it probably going to be way more quality too going forward with these mock drafts. And this is a great thing. It's going to become an exclusive thing you want to be a part of on the YouTube show. 11 and 12 are still available. Those are the only spots left. Who's going to get them? Who is going to get them? Who's going to be number 11? Who's going to be number 12? Martin, Gyro, Hall of J Game, Nuclear as we call him, Royal, Tex, Dylan, Colby, myself, and Cole. And we could, when we get to a point where if this exclusive group, you know, we have, I think, 40 or 50 people in it now. If this group is, if we ever have a spot like this, we could potentially throw it to the community and try and get somebody in it. But for now, we're going to roll with this. We're going to let it fill, you know, naturally. I'm not going to force anybody new into that spot. We want to draft with the exclusive group right now and see how it goes. All right, here we go. We're ready to rumble. Mock draft number 1 begins now. Cole, you are on the clock. Who does Cole take? Hopefully you can read the screen pretty well. I figure this format's a little bit better than me going to a small little tiny box and trying to fit the website version of the app on the screen. This allows you to see the players. Dalvin Cook is the pick for me at number 2. I'd pair him with Madison. We're only going 5 rounds, so you won't see me draft Madison in this draft, but I would most certainly cuff him to Alexander Madison. I think Madison's a top 5 to 10 running back per start if ever forced to start games. McCaffrey has a super handcuff in Mike Davis. Alvin Kamara has a super handcuff in Lat Murray. And even Elliott, who went really high to Dylan at number 4, he's got a super handcuff in Tony Pollard. There are now, of these running backs, these 4 straight, multiple super handcuffs. And when I say super handcuffs, that means that literally top 10 running back numbers per start if ever called upon. How do you get in the mock draft? It's a good question, Jaden. I said it at the top of the show. You get on over to smitty1.com. I almost knocked my sign down. And you jump into the Discord. You become a good part of the community, a productive person in the community, and eventually you'll get a nod. You'll get a, he's good. Bring him into the mock draft club by one of my moderators. They'll vouch for you and get you in. It's quality, not quantity. We want to make sure we have the right group mock drafting on these YouTube lives. And on top of that, you can mock draft anytime you want, dropping a link in there. So we do have open mock drafts for people not in the exclusive group, but you're going to run into some trolling and stuff like that on some of your mocks. Fred goes with Austin Eckler at 11. Cam Akers goes pretty high to Gyro at 12. Pairing him with James Robinson. Tyreek Hill went 9. Chubb went 10. Jonathan Taylor went number 8. Devontae Adams went 7. Barkley went 6. What's up, Dollar Bill? And thank you to all the mods. Dollar Bill, Hall of J Game, all of you guys, all of you mods, Joe, everybody. What's up, Royal? You guys are awesome moderators. You guys are an awesome Discord. Our Discord is through the roof, man. It's insane. J Problem, Dollar Bill, all you guys have been phenomenal on the Discord. Our Discord is like the best Discord around, in my opinion. We're 650. We're 650 strong on the Discord, and it's quality. It's quality. I don't care about numbers. I'd rather have 50 amazing followers on my Discord than 2,000. You know, we have 650 elite Discord members, man. It's phenomenal. What's up, Jack? Dollar Bill said the Discord group had the best mock drafts today. That's great news to hear. I'm glad the Discord mock group is doing well. It's exclusive, man. You're going to get mad if you're not in. I understand, but don't get mad. Just prove yourself. Prove yourself. What's up? Jaden is only for the exclusive mock members in the Discord. Yeah, and you can become an exclusive member just by showing up at smitty1.com, jumping in the Discord, and becoming a great member of the community. Thomas, I'm going to queue some of these up because the pre-rank list is pretty jacked up, so I want to make sure I have guys queued that I like, and that way I don't run into a situation where I don't have players to pick and I'm going to time out. Running backs, I think I'm going to roll with AJ Brown here. So I've got Dalvin Cook and AJ Brown. Here comes the turn. Who's Cole going to pair up with? Christian McCaffrey? We will find out. Cole takes J.K. Dobbins. I think most will consider that pretty high, Cole, but doesn't mean he can't win a league still from that spot. Could also be an underperformer. Kind of a mixed bag there. A lot of upside, a lot of talent, and a lot of questions around the situation. And then you're kind of like banking on Mark Andrews at all. I like Andrews. I'm going to take Mark Andrews in a few leagues for sure. But tough to know, you know, where to take him. Now here I've told you to fade Mike Thomas to a degree, and I make it very clear that there's a line in the sand for Kittle, who I say to fade a little bit until he falls far enough. Mike Thomas, Aaron Jones, even Henry. But when a player like Thomas falls to your third drafted player, you're packaging in a whole bunch of risk in that you're baking it in that isn't there at like 2.4. So that's a phenomenal start for me. And if I didn't go AJ Brown at 2.11, I'm pretty sure, Cole, you can tell me in the comments here if you would have went for sure AJ Brown instead of Keenan Allen. I'm pretty sure you would have. Sean, I vouched for you already. Yeah, Sean, I think, is already in. Alexa, show me the front door. Who's at my front door? Not responding. What good are you? Josh Jacobs goes 3.3. You could argue there's some risk baked into that as well. Mahomes, I love the value at 3.4. Elliott, DK, and Mahomes, great start, Dylan. I love that squad. Derrick Henry, Gibson, who do you take? Tex. Colby at the 3 spots got Kamara, Ridley, Josh Jacobs. It's very, very strong. I love Ridley this year. I love Ridley, Jefferson, AJ Brown, DK. Like DK Metcalf falling to 2.9. It's freaking gold, man. Kittle. He's falling far enough, Tex, where I think that's good value. Because at 3.5, like when people say, hey, Smitty, Waller and Kittle, they're going to be so good. How do you not like them? I do like them. I like them, but I like them at the right spot. I love Kittle, and Waller when you're around risky players anyway. Miles Sanders, a lot of risk, a lot of upside, but a lot of risk. That's when I start entertaining Kittle and Waller. It's fantastic, like, placement for Waller and Kittle. CeeDee Lamb, a little bit early in the third round. Try and get him later, but he could blow, like Godwin, when Godwin was a 7th round pick before Bruce Arians came out 2 years ago and said, oh, he's going to catch 100 balls. He was a 7th round steal in January and February, and even maybe March. Then Arians is like, Godwin's going to be a breakout, catch 100 balls in 2021, or I'm sorry, 2019. And his value went through the roof. He climbed into the 3rd and 4th round. But what did he do? He ended up way outperforming 3rd round value. Godwin was like a top 12 overall player in 2019. So I think we're looking at a similar thing with CeeDee Lamb. I truly believe, Hall of J game, you took a guy that's going to easily earn your 3.8. But in a draft with a bunch of people that don't know what's going on, you might be able to get him at 4.5, which would be insane. I got CeeDee Lamb in the late 4th in a mock I did last night, I think it was late 4th. A-Rob, let's go over the teams from right to left. Cam Akers, I like Cam. Cam's growing on me because the volume's clearly there. They trust him. And we haven't been able to say that for the Rams in a while in terms of the running back situation. I like Cam. I feel like you're buying him, Gyro, at a place where he has to deliver. Like, he can't have a setback or a slow start or a hiccup or a stutter step or anything. He's got to deliver, like, in the season of his lifetime to earn that value. James Robinson, Cam, Julio, and Mike Evans. But I like your receivers enough. This team looks pretty good. You did good, Gyro. Austin Eckler, Kelsey, Godwin, and Clyde. I like that a lot. I like that. That's good, Fred. Chubb, Diggs, Montgomery, A-Rob. Very understated team. Tyreek, Hopkins, Joe Mixon, and McLaurin. Very interesting. Taylor, Jefferson, CD, and Josh Allen. Very well balanced Hall of J game. I like it. David. So tired. Devontae Adams, Swift, Sanders. I feel like Swift is a much better, like, 3.1 to 3.8 guy myself, but he could earn that, man. But I don't like him. I don't like the Lions losing Stafford. I think that's a bad thing for Swift. They could run more, sure, but a less efficient passing game, I don't like that. But he could earn that. Barkley, Aaron Jones, Waller, Golladay. It's a very risk driven. Derrick Henry, Gibson, Kittle, Thielen. I like that. It's pretty good. Okay, I'm on the clock. I'm going to time out. I know it. Oh, man. Okay, Drake. I got to queue him in case I get stuck or something. I don't want to draft him here. Give me a running back. Give me a running back. Who's available? Practically no one. Practically no one. What wide receivers are there? I'm going to time out. I got to go quarterback. I got to go quarterback. I had to take one. I still like that. It's a good team. Woo! Woo! Cook, AJ Brown, Thomas, and Watson. I got panicked. And that's good. He took a quarterback. I didn't need to worry about. I only had to worry about one pick being selected between my pick and this, and my pick before and this pick. Rather than talk, why don't I look for a good player to draft this time? Let's see. Tight end. No, thank you. Wide receivers. Come on, give me some hidden gem in here. There's got to be somebody hiding. Oh, did I time out? That's right. I queued up Drake. Turn auto pick off. That's who I was going to take. Running a show and a draft at the same time is harder than it looks with a 30-second timer with pre-rank lists that are not in order. I like that team. Okay, let's look at these teams one more time. Let's go into team mode. Deshaun Watson, Dalvin Cook, Kenyon Drake, AJ Brown, and Michael Thomas. Give me a top 3 lock. Granted, I drafted from the 2 spot. It's really hard to mess up the 1 or 2 spot. The dynasty rankings are better. I think these are PPR. I'll try the dynasty ones next. Dylan says the team's fired. Dylan, we're getting to it. Cole's got Lamar, McCaffrey, JK, Keenan Allen, and Deontay Johnson. And we stopped at 5 rounds, if anybody's wondering, because we don't need to go the distance on these mocks. It's too early. The pre-ranked list gets, kind of like vision. You've got bad vision. The further you get away, the more the way your eyes connect with something separates and your stigmatism gets worse. Like, the further we go into a draft, the more messed up it's going to be, because we're not going to be able to find people in 30 seconds. And we do 30-second mock drafts here. This is called hardcore training. This is like your girlfriend or wife yelling at you during the game, and you're training yourself to focus on football and zone everything out. We mock draft 30 seconds with the pressure on, so when the big day comes, you're well trained and ready to rumble. That's why we do it. It's part of why we do it. We also do it because we can go through more mock drafts. But I like this team a lot, but I don't know that I could call it top 3, Cole. Don't think I could call it top 3. But it's good. It's loaded. Kyler, Kamara, Jacobs, Ridley, Hawkinson. I like this team a whole bunch, minus Jacobs. But if Jacobs ends up being a top 15 overall player, you're in the top 3. So it all rides on Jacobs for you. Dylan says his team's fire. Let's see how fire you are, Dylan. Mahomes, Elliott, Hunt, DK, Cooper Kupp. That is pretty good, man. Top 4 lock, Dylan. Top 4 lock. Tex has Prescott, Henry, Gibson, Thielen, Kittle. Top 6-ish? It's really good. And we assume Royal gets a quarterback like maybe even an A-Rod, is a possibility for this team. Because, again, we stopped at 5 rounds. Assuming we would have gone 15 or whatever, 15, 14, 16. Barkley, A. Jones, Galladay, Waller, Robert Woods. We're running out of top 6 spots. Royal, that's good. Nuclear, as I call them. Imagine a A-Rod or somebody in there. Swift, Sanders, Adams, Cooper, and DJ Chark. I would say slightly outside the top 6, not because I don't like the team, bro, but because we got some loaded teams in here. Allen, Taylor, Harris. I don't like your running back too, obviously, but you know that. Justin Jefferson, Lamb. I think your mistake was taking, and I talked about that right when you made the pick. Your mistake was, I think, taking Lamb way too early because of the hole that it created at your running back 2 spot. It's so hard to pass up on Lamb. I get it, man. He's my break. Like, I want to own him in every league. But I think you got to let him go one more, and if you miss him, you miss him. It's hard in this group because we're all going to draft CeeDee Lamb like 5 spots too high. We're going to drive this ADP up uncomfortably in the coming weeks, but if you would have done, let's say you would have got him as well, that would have been off the hook, man. You might not have got Josh Allen that way though, but I think you're just missing that one player. Martin, Mixon, Gaskin, Hill, Hopkins, McLaurin, interesting build. I wouldn't call it top 4 or 5, but it's got potential. Herbert, Chubb, Montgomery, Diggs, A-Rob. One of those sneaky top 5 teams. I'm going to put you at like 6, 7, or maybe 5 to 7, but you've got a sneaky good team. Eckler, Clyde, Godwin, Kelsey, Claypool, very, very solid. Wilson, Akers, James Robinson, Julio, Mike Evans. I think these teams are kind of similar. There's just a lot of teams that are good, really good, but not in the top 3 or 4 for me. Let's roll one more. I'm going to take the 5 spot on this one, copy the link, post it in my Discord with my exclusive members. If you're wondering how do you get in a mock draft, you go to smitty1.com, where I have links to my sleeperu.com where you can get your news from me. I do news, Dynasty Redraft. Get to Smitty1.com. It's everything Smitty all in one place. But get there and click on my Discord. Join the Discord. Prove yourself a little bit in the community. Become one of those people lean on. Become somebody that answers questions like that and is very active and positive. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Don't get in there and start crapping on people's takes or, oh, you can't like Kittle in the top 15. Like, I'm somebody that tells you not to draft Kittle in the top 15. But don't come in the Discord and be like, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Your team's going to suck. Like, why do you want to do that? Why come in and be a negative Nancy? Don't do it. Come in and be positive. The moderators will recognize it. You'll be in the mock draft group before you know it. And you'll be able to do things like this. The link coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's about a 10-second delay or 5-second delay. Watch this puppy fill up. Cole's in. Nuclear, Tex is in. Cole jumps over to the 4 spot. Royals in. Sean's in. Riley. 2 spots left. 1 spot left. And that's how we roll. Even with a smaller group, we fill this bad boy up so fast. Start the draft. I want to start the draft. Why you ask me twice? Tex is on the clock. Christian McCaffrey. Nuclear takes Barkley. $30 bill. Takes Dalvin Cook. Players available. Again, they're going to be a little bit out of order. I'm on the clock. Camaro went. This is a place where I feel like Adam, I'd contemplate guys like Elliott. I would, I contemplate Henry. I'm not saying I don't, but I think it's smart to fade him to like 8, 9, or 10, where you can package in like double the risk into the ADP, into the draft slot. I personally think Davante Adams is the pick after the big 4 running backs are gone, or the big 3. You could even put Adams ahead of Barkley. You could see the big 3 running backs. Nuclear went Barkley number 2. And while people might not like Barkley in the top 4, it might make them very uncomfortable. Guess what? Barkley could be that good. And I think once buzz starts hitting news wires that he's ahead of schedule, looking great, looks as fast as ever, you can't even tell he tore his ACL. Like, you're going to see the Barkley buzz kick into gear very soon, and it's going to be crazy. His value will change very, very quickly. And in Dynasty Leagues, I recommend you go trade for Barkley as fast as you can, because his value will climb. Eckler's going high in our mock drafts, and I don't know if Riley took him in the last one. Is that why he's going high? I think Eckler should be a 13 to like, or he should be going after pick like 14 to me. Totally agree. Smitty says, Royal, I love the tight end advantage in 2021. I do too, Royal. If you get it at least at the bookend. I mean, if you're going to go early tight end, I don't mind. And there's an argument to be made. You can't even argue against it. Kittle deserves top 12 value on paper. You can't argue against it. He probably deserves top 5 value on paper. But when you account for what it does to your team in later on in the draft with your running backs and wide receivers, it makes it tough to draft him that high. But if you're going to take him early, at least wait for like the bookend pick so you can pair him with somebody really, really solid. But we'll see what running backs you land and see how you do. Okay, I'm going to start queuing some players up so I don't get in a bind later and end up auto drafting or something. So let me go through and start tossing some of my favorite players onto my queue, even though I won't draft him for a while. I won't draft him for a while. Won't draft him yet. I'm just throwing a bunch of my favorite guys onto my queue so I don't get screwed later. I'm almost on the clock. All right. I'm on deck. So we had Kelsey and Diggs, Eckler and James Robinson, Nick Chubb and Jefferson, Tyreek Hill and Mixon, Elliott and Cam Akers, Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Hopkins. I'm on the clock. I've got Davante Adams. Here's my queued up Oh God, am I going? I might be going wide receiver here, people. There just aren't the running backs to. Let's try this. I like it. I want to try it. I want to try the wide receiver from the 5 spot. Let's see if I hate my team at the end. Let's see how I feel. Ridley and Kamara, love that start, Martin. $30 bill. Who you pairing with Dalvin? Dalvin Cook. Who you pairing with him, boy? AJ Brown, I like it. Gibson and Barkley, I like it. Nuclear. What are my thoughts on Cortland Sutton? Same thing I think about with T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins is probably, in my opinion, looking at a Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith landing in Cincinnati so that Joe Burrow has a number 1 elite weapon. I think if Higgins was there solo, he could become that. He'd be a lesser version of those guys in terms of fantasy production at the end of the year. But T. Higgins could ball out. But if Jamar Chase or Devonta Smith land in Cincy, he's going to be like Sutton with Judy. He'll be capped at a certain level. You can't, expect Sutton to be a fantasy football wide receiver 1 every year when Jerry Judy's going to be that. Jerry Judy's going to be insane. $30 bill. Who are you going to pair with Mr. A.J. Brown and Dalvin Cook? 3 running backs, Nuclear. Barkley, Gibson, and Miles Sanders. Let's see what you do. I'm on the clock. Here's my queue list. Who do I have? Man, it got thin really quick. Clyde is there. I could go Clyde. Julio, Evans, Godwin. Not bad options, but it felt like it got thin very quick. Kittle's there. I definitely entertain Kittle at that late, but I'm gonna go Clyde because I need it running back. If I go wide receiver, I've got to get a running back. If all things are equal, I will take the best player available, but Clyde was close enough to all those options that I'm going running back. But I wouldn't be scared going wide receiver, or wide receiver, tight end. Or if Mahomes had fallen, I would have maybe gone Adams, DK, Mahomes, honestly. Taylor, Hopkins, and Waller. The baller, very solid. Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Kittle, very solid. Elliott, Cam, Keenan, I like it. Tyreek Hill, Joe Mixon, CeeDee Lamb. Again, we'll see how good your team looks, Sean, at the end of it. Because taking Lamb in the 3rd I love him, but it's leaving teams a little thin because we're reaching too high. Lamb should fall. ADP, I believe right now, outside of our community, dictates that Lamb is a 4.1 to 5.1. Like, we don't even really know where his ADP is going to settle yet. It's too early to truly know. But I think we're drafting him in our community like a round too early. Not that he won't earn it, but we don't need to pay that. I just hate seeing people get in the habit of taking Lamb a round too early when we don't need to. I don't want that to be the lesson. Not that you did anything wrong, Sean. I love him. He's going to be an absolute stud, man. He's going to be a top 5 wide receiver. I can't wait. Kelsey, Diggs, Montgomery, Cooper, very good Royal. Riley has Eckler, Robinson, A-Rob. It's got both Robs and McLaurin. Pretty solid. Chubb, Jefferson, JK. Very curious what you're going to do here. Very, very excited to see what you do here, Hall of J Game. Cooper Kupp. I've seen him go really high since the Stafford trade. A lot of people are on the Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods wagon, and I don't blame them. Like, Stafford's an upgrade. Who do you get, Lamb? Sean? Who do you get, Lamb? Who do you get, CeeDee Lamb owner? Deshaun Watson. I like that. That's one of those picks where a lot of other people aren't going to like that. I like that. I like the kind of balance it gives you after you went high risk taking CD a little too early, and then you go get a big player a guy that's going to deliver an insane amount of points to you on a weekly basis. I actually like the move, Sean. I think it balanced you out very, very well. I would have probably taken Josh Allen, but I can't fault you for liking Watson over him. Taylor, Hopkins, Waller. I'm pretty sure you're going to go running back, Cole. You may not, but now you go Julio. Not bad value. He still could. Okay, I'm taking Drake a lot. There's value at quarterback that feels very, very similar. Godwin's good. It's either going to be Godwin or Drake. Godwin or Drake. I'm going to go Godwin. I don't know if that was smart. I needed a running back, but man, I don't know if I could pass up on Godwin, DK, and Adams. I like that. That's very, very good. Kareem Hunt, man, I was hoping. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to dance around that one on the clock, Martin, because I didn't want to give away that Hunt was my hope coming back around to the 5th round. You sniped me, bro. $30 Bill's probably going running back here. Dalvin Cook, AJ Brown, Mahomes. You can't get better. Best player available. You can't get in a better spot, best player available wise, than $30 Bill with those top 3 picks. Woods is arguable. Like, that's preference there. Just like Galladay is. Nuclear. Texas has got McCaffrey, Jacobs, and Mike Thomas. Lamar. Wow. That's a good. I mean, if Jacobs lands, you're a top 3 team. If Jacobs doesn't, you're still dancing in the top 6. Even with Jacobs disappointing a little bit, which I believe he will, but that's my opinion. I could be totally wrong on that. Who you pairing Tex with that already powerhouse of a team you're looking at right there? Adam Thielen, not bad. Nuclear is on the clock. Let me show you some of the guys that are available. We'll go overall. We've got, there's still a lot of big names left, but it is thinning out quite a bit. Drake went. I would have taken Drake. Thanks for sniping me there. $30 Bill. Martin. Don't snipe me, Martin. I got one player left on my queue. Thanks a lot. I need a running back if possible. Carson's not horrible there. I don't love it, but I'm running out of time. Oh my God. What did I do? I don't have a second running back, but I just couldn't. I couldn't force it. And Wilson will probably fall another round outside of our community. I admit, I don't feel like my team is well balanced, but I still feel like it's got a lot of firepower. Like if I develop into, let's look at the teams and review them. I won't put myself top 3. You don't have to worry. If I develop into a James Robinson, I win the league. Like that's my goal. My one objective if I walk into a league with this team is building and developing my running back 2. Which I completely ignored. I just went best player available in my mind. I think Russell Wilson will bounce back and have a big year considering where people will value him. And you probably can get him around 6 or 7 sometimes. So pump the brakes on the 5th round value. I don't know. Sometimes when we do 5-round mocks, we want to have a quarterback in there. Like Dak gets taken away uncomfortably too early in these mock drafts because everybody wants to just have a quarterback when I do the analysis. Like they just want to fill out the team a little bit more. That's probably a little bit of why I took Wilson. But Wilson would have fallen probably another round outside of our community. People are very down on him. But if I develop my running back 2, I can win the league. If I don't, I probably won't be in the top 3. But those wide receivers are pretty good. It's not one of my best teams. I don't like this spot all that much, to be honest with you. The 5 spot, not feeling like it's the best spot. Tex, Lamar, McCaffrey, Jacobs, Thomas, Thielen, your top 3 or 4. No question about it. Barkley, Gibson, Galladay, Sanders, T. Higgins, very understated. Dirty dollar bill, Mahomes, Cook, Drake, AJ Brown, Woods, give him a top 4 spot. Martin, Murray, Kamara, Swift, Ridley, Hunt, top 3, Martin. Like, I almost was going to say top 5, and then like in mid-sentence, I'm like, crap, man. That's top 3. If Swift lands or Hunt or both, game over. We'll picture an A-Rod of sorts at QB. Taylor, Carson, Hopkins, Waller, Julio, very top 6 capable. Tack, you got Henry, Aaron Jones, Evans, Kittle, Juju. I wouldn't put it top 5, but it's got potential to be. Allen, Elliott, Cam, Keenan, Hawkinson, I like it. Watson, Mixon, Gaskin, Tyreek Hill, Lamb. It's still good, Sean. If you could get Lamb later, it would have been, I think, a little bit deeper of a team, but I like it. You did really well, considering. Chubb, JK, Jefferson, Andrews, Cooper, Kupp. I like your other team better, but this one has potential, and it kind of all rests on Chubb, Andrews, and Kupp. And if you believe in them, I'm not saying I don't. If you believe in them, then that team can definitely do some damage. Herbert, Eckler, J-Rob, Allen Robinson, McLaurin. These are all solid teams. It's hard to say any of them are not like top 7 capable. Prescott, Montgomery, Diggs, Kelsey, Cooper. Very, very solid team, Royal. I think the number 1 team by far, if I had to pick, was this team's up there. The Lamar Jackson McCaffrey team by Tex. This is top 3. So it's between Tex, Dirty Dollar Bill, and probably the number 1 team, Martin, Kyler, Kamara, Swift, Ridley, Hunt. I love all those teams. What draft slot did Martin have? 1.4. So they're all early picks. So Tex, Dirty Dollar Bill, and Martin were all in the top 4. That tells you that the top 4 picks overall, in my opinion, draft the best teams. And that's typical each year in and year out. Sometimes the 1 and 2 are only the picks that I like, and the 3rd and 4th overall pick could a lot of times not develop the best teams from like the 3 and 4 picks. But this year in particular, you got a top 4 pick, you're gold, man. Thanks, Keegan. Good job, Martin. Martin, you have won the internet tonight, bro. You have won the internet. Let's see here. Taylor will be a bust. Still draft in round 1, boys. What? Oh, don't draft in round 1, boys. That's just Keegan says that. For me, it's going to be picks 1 through 5. Yeah. I just didn't. If I would have went running back, I would have liked my team a little bit better. I would do another mock draft, but I wanted to get out and kind of test the waters out with all of you guys with our new mock draft club that we have, and I think it went really, really well. We filled up the draft as quickly, pretty much as normal. We just needed to get everybody on, YouTube, but I think it worked really well, and it's honestly, it's created a lot of buzz, and you guys want into that mock draft club bad, and I don't blame you. And please hear me when I tell you, it will not take that much hard work to get into the mock draft club, okay? Like, everybody's like, I want to get in. It's been it hasn't even been 2 days. It's been 1 day, right? We did it. Did we do it last night, or did we do it the night before? I forget. My days run together. I don't think some days I don't sleep. But give it a good week before you start getting impatient about getting into the mock draft club on my Discord. How do you get in? You go to smitty1.com, you click the Discord link, and you just become a good member of the free Discord community. And I hate to break it to people that are watching right now and they listen but they don't hear it. Eventually we might lock the Discord down because I want quality over quantity. And at some point, it's going to make sense to lock it down and make it an invite-only Discord. Just like the mock draft community's invite-only, I might lock down the Discord entirely and make that invite-only to keep the quality in the Discord. So if you are thinking about it and you're mulling it over, you may want to jump in now, grab your username, get your account. Even if you're like, okay, I'm not that active in the off season, I'm mainly an August guy, grab a spot before I lock it. It's not going to get locked like today, but at some point it may become an exclusive Discord. Right, Royal. And how would you get it? Most likely it'd be people that purchase my sleeperu.com membership. These guys only will get an invite into the Discord eventually. So you might want to grab it now, and that way you have it. I'll be doing. I drop another talk about mock draft galore tonight in probably a couple hours. I would say maybe in the morning. Yeah, probably in the morning, about 4 or 5 a.m. It should drop. But I go through the top 4 rounds pick by pick, mock drafting, and just against myself. I draft all of the first 4 rounds. They're picked by me, and I don't do a mock draft with anybody else. And I just tell you who I'd pick at every single pick. And I go through the top 4. I break down everybody pretty much that I draft, and it's probably. I mean, these are helpful. These are fun, but this video is going to be way better than even watching one of these mock drafts, because I'm going to break down every single pick and talk about every pick as it happens. So it'll probably be like a 20-minute video. Why at 4 a.m., Noah? Because this content is up for everybody to watch. You got to space it all out. I'm not going to release 5 videos at once. You need to let them breathe, Noah. You need to let them breathe a little bit. And yeah, so Sean, the grind is real, because after I'm done here, I'm going to be editing a video for the next 4 or 5 hours. And that's another reason, Noah, I'm not done editing it yet. I don't poop videos. I don't just get up and crap videos. They don't just roll out. I got to edit them. It takes a lot of time, Noah. I've got to tag them. I've got to eat. I've got to Netflix a little bit, Noah. I got to Netflix a little bit. And I'm going to, when I work, which is awesome, I thought about this. I don't know if this is kind of like invading my space, but I thought about, at least for like a week or something, putting a cam up in the corner and doing a live 24-hour cam, just so people could see what my day-to-day business duties really are. People don't realize how much email and correspondence I do, social media content, do a couple pull-ups on the pull-up bar up above on the ceiling here, fall asleep, eat, go running, come back, create content, do rankings, do news, and it might be an interesting thing to see it from the cam above, the eye above. And I may do that. I don't know that I would do that on a permanent basis. That would feel very invading. But especially if Noah was critiquing my every movement. And why do you sit in the corner of your chair and not in the center of your chair? That's what I feel like Noah. I would see comments of Noah critiquing my every movement. Noah, computer, studio off. I will see you all later, and we'll be mock drafting. So get on over to my Discord, Smitty1.com. Take it easy. Good mock drafting. Appreciate every one of you. Later.